on. The reason why she's saying that to you is because you already did make your question clear from the get-go by saying why you all have a problem with FBA, right?
No. I didn't finish the question.
Yeah, but you don't have to finish it. Let me answer that first part for you.
We don't attack FBA here. This is not FBA.
Correct.
If you come here with your FBA thing, then we address it. That's how it go. And that's what happened. The reason why they start is because the original woman was here and she was pushing FBA. Then that bring all they tell her, listen, what they going to cook. It have no pot over here. We only cooking on 3 stone. We don't have no gas stove. We do that back here like in Africa. So we don't have no oven and no electricity. This is African life here. I don't know why only even come here. If only with FBA. If I was you, right now you hear me speak. If you know you were FBA, please, you can leave. You know why? Because I'm not going to be arguing with FBA. You can go to all your own life. I don't come in all your life. I don't.
Okay. So FBA is
exactly. And my brother, let me, and I asked my brother to finish answer your question for you. And let me answer the first part if it's not the whole question, right? The first part where we have a problem with FBA is they're disrespectful, they're xenophobic, they're racist. If you can come on this panel, you can call people theaters. You hosting panels every day and putting up the worst depictions of Africa. You putting up pictures of people with baby children eating with flies around the mouth, and you finding the worst things to say about Africa and never even left your state of America is funny, and that's why we have a problem. We have a problem where you're always coming on African panels to defend FBAs, but when the FBA is hosting these disrespectful panels about us, y'all don't go and say shit. Y'all join the panels and join in the conversations and continue to disrespect us. I have not seen any of y'all go on these panels and say, you know what, y'all are being wrong. Y'all are being xenophobic. Y'all are being disrespectful to people that has no problem with y'all, calling us tethers. Somebody said in the comments. So that is the problem we have with FBAs. So if you don't want us to have a problem with FBAs, you need to go and check your fellow FBAs and ask them why they're so disrespectful to Africans and Caribbean people on a daily on this app.
Is that a one-way street? Is that a one-way street, or does that happen both ways? So you go check your
They started, sweet. Listen, I have not. Listen, give me a minute, brother. I have not seen an African on this live yet, on my time on TikTok, call no African American job and get them fired. I have not seen an African on this TikTok call no African American school and get the person that was going to school, try to get them expelled from school because there was on a panel having a discussion that you did not agree with. FBAs are calling people jobs, putting them out to work, or calling people schools to get them expelled from schools, my lady. So you're definitely it's not the same. It is not the same.
You're them as a group. So you just put all African Americans into a group. Is that what you just did? Because then we're wrong.
No, speaker. African Americans do not do that bullshit. African Americans do not do that bullshit. Anybody that identify as an African American do not participate in that bullshit. It is you all that identifying as screaming FBA that walking around trying to destroy people's lives because y'all feel that you're better than them because you're born in America. It is not African Americans. African Americans know they are of African descent and they are not walking around this app disrespecting us. Is you all that screaming FBA? Two totally different.
Can you tell me the difference between FBA and African American?
There is a fucking difference. Total difference.
I'm asking you a question. What is it? What's the difference?
The difference is the African Americans know they are of African descent and they have respect for their ancestors and respect for their fellow Africans that come from the Caribbean and off the continent. The difference is your disrespectful FBAs have no respect for our Caribbean people nor Africans. That is the complete difference. The difference.
All right, hold on, from here. Let TM explain it a little bit more so some of you all get in, because some of you all think she have to be on fire. Don't tell her why she's being aggressive because you all don't know what happened.
Before this, I'm just going to say goodbye. I want to leave. I hope that, I just have hope that we can come together. All right, we have to stop.
Alright, sister.
This is
Big
nonsense. Anyway, much love to all of you.
Hasta
From
luego.
Puerto Rico, we will keep trying to at least help with our Haitian and Dominican brothers here, because this is not good. Anyway, much luck, much love. We are all brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. Anyway, love you all.
Love you too, sister.
Love you too.
Host, I don't really have much time, but I just want to tell you, host, don't let FBAs come and insect themselves into this conversation, because first of all, nobody is talking about them. I don't know why they just feel the need to go up on the panel and bring their name to make them sound or to get attention. So please, let's move. If she came up because of FBA, you can respectfully.
Bro, we not care. Hey, Jaman, we not care who that is, bro.
I did not come
People,
up
I don't care
with
about
that
no
reason.
FBA king. I deal
No
with
one has
knowledge
even
and
allowed me to
truth.
say 2 words.
Okay, I'm addressing the host. I don't know why you guys are twerking.
Okay, can I say something?
No, I'm not done. So, just make sure.
Excuse me?
No, you say you're not finished, sis, and that is respectable.
Okay.
Okay. So, I didn't hear anybody talking about FBA or cursing FBA out. So, don't let this lady come here and insert FBA into this conversation. Please keep it clean, brother. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Big respect, brother. And yes, I didn't know she had females FBA. Tara, do you want to say something when she finished? That female finished what she's saying, so we wouldn't. At least we know when she leave, we didn't take her or misunderstood what she said. So finish FEMA, and then Tara, you can come in.
Thank you.
Ready?
So me? So one, I don't identify as FBA. I usually just refer to myself as a Black American. I was asking because that was like the conversation, what I saw with going on within the chat. So my question was, it just seems like it was, and to my understanding, and I could be wrong, to me, I always just thought African Americans here in this country, we've gone from Negro to African American to Black to, some people saying Sulan, to some people saying FBA. So it's still like it's a group that is trying to find its own. And to me, all of those names that I just named are grouped into one because we are Black Americans. So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to you all in the sense of, I guess the gentleman said I was saying I'm FBA. That's not what I'm saying. I just was trying to understand. It just seems like it was so much coming towards Black Americans, and I was just trying to understand what the divide is. Now, understanding we're color-wise, yes, we are all the same. However, cultural heritage-wise, we do have our differences, and that is okay. And like the young lady was saying before, when it comes to, Jamaicans and Nigerians and things like that, you guys are very, very proud of where you come from, and you have every right to be. But why is it a problem when Black Americans are proud of that as well? And then taking into account, as Black Americans are starting to progress and learn more about our own history, back in the day, it was always the white man stole you, when Africa sold us. So you do have a lot of people that do have that detachment from Africa.
You're not going to come here and say that fucking bullshit.
Thank you.
Let me tell you all something, right? From day one.
Thank you.
Let me tell you all
Try to
something.
hear
Hold
that
on.
bullshit.
Hold on. Everybody hold on. Don't come here in my fucking life. Nobody. Not even fucking TikTok. Come here in my life and tell me my African soul. Do you notice why only on a good piece of land only considered to be socially? We ain't gonna go there. Please don't make me start. Okay? Don't nobody, and if only have that intention to come up here and talk that fuckery, please don't come. Alright?
You better preach it.
Go ahead, sis. Well, finish up.
She got me shaking because I'm mad. That tells you that she's listening to that bull crap that was taught to her in school. When I was younger, I'm 53 years old, I was told that my motherland was savages, that I came from savages and monkeys. That's what I was taught in school. But thank God I had a mother who knew better, because her grandmother told her better, because my great-great-great-grandmother was African. And my mama told me I came from kings and I came from queens. And it was beautiful where I came from. It was not no savages. For her to say what she just said, she got me mad. When she said that it was first Negroes and African Americans and then blacks, she got that wrong. It was first Negroes, then we were called black. Then whenever we was during the 90s, when we was trying to get Nelson Mandela freed, we became African Americans. And now my kids are saying that they're trying to become black again. The culture that we have basically came from our ancestors. That's something she don't know. The foods that they brought home, they brought with them from Africa. They started cooking the things here, like okra and yams. That come from the motherland. And another thing, we were not sold by Africans. They stole us. That's how we got here. That is how Trump cannot send us back like he's doing the Mexicans, because we were stolen here. We were stolen from our home and brought here to slavery. So she done made me mad. And I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know, and then you can speak.
Common sense will tell you, why would you chain people, right?
Exactly.
Because they were fighting. Okay? People who were sold, like how they sold them in the United States of America, you notice they wasn't fighting when they had them up on the King Block and all them different things. They take sold because they already realized they was overpowered. So they had no choice. Okay? We, who they put behind the place they call carry them. That's how they get Caribbean Island. They say carry them behind the island. That's where you get the word Caribbean Island. Because they tell themselves, we was not going to survive. The Pope at that time signed us off as trash. You all don't know all the history. I don't want to go into them things. I tell you right now, it's fucking RAW. That's what it is right now. It ain't, I don't want nobody come try to talk about, and the Chanatic and all them. We know about that. Right now, we're ready for them motherfucker. Bust all the fucking head.
The man them they in a blood clot mental slavery. That's why them so lost the Babylon system of them program and manipulated. That's why people don't know themselves. You see me I say? Hey, who you fit talk to a man or a woman who not study history and know where you come from. First it start within you. You have to know where your blood clot come from. Because if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you go.
Right. Let's finish up Panama Tara. When you finish up, Ulu won't come in, and then we all can chime. After Tara, we got Kojo. Sorry. Then we got Ulu.
I seen a comment where they said she was with me until I said blacks was never enslaved. I said that we was brought here by white people. That's how we got here. I never said blacks weren't enslaved.
That's not what she said. She said that you said blacks didn't enslave blacks. Because the Egyptians did enslave blacks.
I'm talking about blacks didn't enslave blacks here in America. That is what I'm talking about.
Don't pay attention to the comment section, yeah? Just speak your truth. Don't pay attention to the comments. Go ahead.
Okay, because, we went through a lot here. My great-grandmother was a slave, so it reaches close to home for me. It really does. And I still live in Louisiana. I still see the Confederate flags. So it definitely reaches home for me. And I just want y'all to know, I love you guys. Y'all my sisters and my brothers.
This I love you more. I just want to spread the truth of knowledge and make these people know them enslaved with people. Hey, if you tell you the truth, everything that was created, and you see today, light bulb, phone, everything that come from black man, and we bring civilization to the world, Why they not talk about Mansa Musa? Right now, no Babylon boy can reach like Mansa Musa up to this day.
Thank you. And I'm going to come down back into the comments. I just wanted to say that.
And you said well said, sister. Trust me, I agree with you, and that's facts. People waking up to the truth, but guess what? The truth is not hiding no more. It's people hiding from the truth. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And what in the dark must come to light. You could trick the people some of the time, but you can't trick all the people all the time. Period. Big up my 242 family. See the Bahamas in the comment.
All right. Big up yourself and thank you, Tara. Blessing, I didn't know if you wanted to say something, but if you don't, I'm going to let Kojo go and then Ulu.
Okay.
I don't really have much to say. I don't really know. When it comes to the story about how we got here, my grandmother, she's from Liberia. She told me a different story, but we don't have to go into it. Maybe one day we could all get to the bottom of it and get to the truth of it. But I didn't hear that we were stolen. That's not what I was told. But I also wasn't told that we sold each other either. My grandmother told me something different. But when it comes to the FBA people, I think that they know that where we come from. I think that they know that our roots are from Africa. I think that there are groups of people who are just ignorant. I mean, these are the same people that bully each other. You know what I mean? They didn't just pick one group of people and just bully one group of people. That is the culture, to just bully and be nasty to everybody. I don't think that it's focused on one person. I don't think they can help it. I think they know where our roots come from, but because they feel as though America owes them something, and because they want a pat or a bone from the white man, they're willing to take from these other people who are actually indigenous to the land.
My phone just said you were right. Kojo, running on it.
One Africa, before Kojo go ahead, I want you to check your WhatsApp, and also Kojo, I want you to tell us when did you move from African American to FBA, as the lady explained. So please enlighten us. And One Africa, check your message.
Kojo is FBA.
What?
TM. Kojo is FBA.
No, when the lady was speaking, she said they moved from this to this and now to FBA. So me knowing that Kojo is African American, I want him to clarify.
We've always, I'm gonna clarify something. We always clarified ourselves as Africans all throughout the history on this continent. Also, it was coined in 1782 by the AME church, the African Methodist Episcopal Church, one of the first churches founded by African Americans, along with a lot of other organizations, which also included the term African. We always knew we were African. Now, on paper, it could be a different thing from Negro to colored to black, which is synonymous to Africa. I mean, tomato. I'm not getting too deep into that. But Jesse Jackson, he did coin the term once again back in the 80s. But we've always known ever since the 1700s that we were African descent. But one of the things that we need to understand is that we're some of the most Europeanized group on the earth beside the UK, because we are only 14% of this population. We're not as astute as some of our brothers and sisters in the islands and other places because of the close population diversity. Because of the only ones that have really held on to their Africanness is the Gullah Geechee on the eastern seaboard along the Carolinas and the islands and places like that. But we still tote the residue. We still eat a certain way. I eat my greens and my bread with my fingers. I thought because it tastes better. It's just a residue of what we do. Okay, there's a lot of things like the words we use, like toast. Things. We just have residue. But one of the things about FBA, I believe, is a self-generated, mobilized cult, motivated by xenophobia. They want to be so close to their proximity. If you notice how the verbiage goes, America, 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 they'd rather be named after an Italian after their own and not choose their own people. You get what I'm saying? 1526, one of the first recorded that Africans came with some white folks, and they got to fighting, and it didn't last long because it failed. It just didn't go down. I mean, you had no time to be forming no board, no commission, no nothing. So that is a false narrative. This FBA stuff has started off within the last 10 years by a guy by the name of Tariq Rashid. He is what you call a reformed pimp. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but that's the face and the voice of this this cult. So African Americans, the ones that know who they are, the ones that have done the work, the ones that understand their history, and we know exactly what's going on, and they are not a representation of African Americans here in the U.S. And I'm from Mississippi, and we just got rid of our flag, so-called flag, within the last 10 years. So yeah, we are progressing, but hey, we still behind. And we don't watch what's going on in the political scope and what's going on with these real Native Americans, how they trying to hunt them down in schools and stuff like that. Guess who's next? Guess who's already on the table? That would be your black ass. Y'all excuse my language. I'm
just curious. Earlier, I know it was said that they said that African people and other cultures are stealing culture from black people. Can someone explain to me what black people have as a culture today outside of anything that correlates to Africa, like slavery, like oppression? Like what is being stolen?
We have a lot of things, sister.
Our culture is an amalgamation of things that we had to adapt to.
What is being stolen?
What you mean stolen? Ain't nothing stolen.
Oh, okay. Because it can't be.
Hold on. I see something. There will be no crying in my life. Oh, well, we need to come to Africa. We shouldn't be buying a visa. Oh, well, you all should have come and take it. Well, what you all be arguing over? You take we culture. You dance like us. Oh, you had a bead that had. Hey, you all is some. I don't know where you all just get this little. Anyway, let me just stop the live. Well, go ahead. I hear somebody in the comment talking about, oh, well, then you all should have let us come to Africa for free. If you want to say we brother, you all charging me for this is that. Oh, we didn't get the chance to drink the bottle of water. We stole our dance. You all sound like us. We had the first Michael Jackson. What the hell?
I'm just curious. The music,
anyway, they won't last long.
Someone said the music, but the music that black people are allowed to enjoy, that the white tea men gets to literally sit around and approve. They have a black man on a table dancing like an animal, and a bunch of white tea people say yes or no, or rather it's not. It's going to be played into our community. So black people don't have control over their music.
Because Satan control the music, sister. That's why he call Hollywood, because Satan in charge of the music. So them use black people as a puppet to do them satanic agenda, make it look bad on the black man. You understand where I come from? Like black people who sell out right now. If you're looking Britain, the Queen who dead, Queen Elizabeth. If you're looking at the Britain artifacts, them stole everything from Africa. The crown what she wearing on her head that come from Africa.
And then it can't be the clothes because the white tea man is the designer.
The crown.
I understand that. Someone in the comments said that it was the hair, the clothes, and the music. And I'm saying it can't be the clothes because the white tea man makes the clothes and they put the prices so high because they don't want black America to wear their clothes. So I'm confused. And black America is not in good ways.
No culture. Our culture developed in certain areas because of adapting to what we were and where we are at the time. I can go 130 miles south of here from Jackson, Mississippi to a little town called New Orleans. That's a totally different culture. But the deal is they adapted to what their environment was, because it's more Creole. But one thing that we do all have in common that we have been colonized and enslaved by other entities. That's what we all have in common.
That's what everyone say, right? If y'all so loud in these comments talking about y'all want us to start wearing y'all clothes and we trying to mock y'all, as the young lady says, y'all need to tell the small hats to stop extorting your all entertainers for advertisements and putting their clothes on them and advertising it to the world. If we don't see it on your...
Hold on. Let me let Kojo wrap it up there and let me get Ulu. When we get everybody who's here new out, then we can, circle forward again. So... finish.
I spent the last 10 years deconstructing from Abrahamic religions, trying to understand who we are as a people, especially me and my family. I've done the work. I did extensive research. I spent money. I've dug in the records. I did the work. I know the history of my people. The only thing that becomes difficult is when I see self-hating black people that have real low self-esteem about themselves trying to cultivate themselves to something else other than what they are. When you look in the mirror and you don't see an African, I feel sorry for you. If you don't see a friend when you look in the mirror, you, my friend, have no friend, and that's just the way it is. This is family to me. You know, and anyone that thinks the same way I do, the same mindset. I am not I used to thought I was a Hebrew Israelite. I did all that stuff, but you know what? There's one thing that I'm not going to tolerate is somebody lying to me, and I got to dig for myself. What took me off of it is that when they said they took us from Africa because they knew we weren't like them. They knew we weren't actually Africans. I said, wait, hold on. Something about that right there ain't right. You gonna take me from Africa, but I'm not African? No, dude, y'all can go somewhere and kick rocks. You get what I'm saying? It just don't make sense that you want to be everything other than what you are, and you separate yourself again by putting this little false narrative or FBA. Ain't nothing foundation about your argument, and there's nothing that you can stand on to say that what you built that sustain anything. Because African Americans have built a lot of things, town hospitals and everything. But guess what? The oppressors bombed them or took them out every time we attempted that. The only way that's going to happen is we will unite with our brothers and sisters on the diaspora and on the continent, and get together and unite for real. Because like Malcolm X said, when the black man and woman understand who they are and where they come from, and they unite for real, it's over. And Abraham Torre is a prime example of a template that we must study. The other of our ancestors that passed on since Margaret Garvey and Malcolm X and Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Lumumba and a whole lot list to go. I'm gonna land with that.
Hi, One Africa.
Yeah, it was my turn. I think I can go now, right? I think me personally.
Ulu and then Tad. Big up yourself, sister.
How are you?
I'm blessed. Give thanks for life and the life.
Manners and respect everything.
Ulu and then Tad's gonna come in. Go ahead, Ulu.
Yeah, I think what I've experienced is that, first of all, let me just give you guys a little bit of context. I am a Nigerian that was born in Liberia, and come to find out, my mother is a Liberian, and one of her grandmother, actually her great grandmother, was a slave in Atlanta, Georgia. This is how close this is. But if you know the history of Liberia, then you know how that is now far-fetched. You know, it's quite easy for that connection to be made. We had this problem in Africa before. This is not nothing new. That guy Simon that was talking, we had a type like that in Liberia before. When the CIA released Charles Taylor to send him to Africa to destabilize, and we had to take them out. This is the same type of FBA people that they brought to our country, because you know what? If they didn't believe that they were better than us native Liberians, they would have never came to Africa and done that stuff. This is the superior mindset. But I can tell you one thing: if you can look up the videos, go and look up Liberian history, the way how we erase and destroy them. We make sure there is only 2% of the blood left on the soil, because we Africans, we are very, very nice and we are very good people. You think that you are strong. The same place you got your strength from, you can deny all you want. It's Africa. You got it from us. Yes, that's your mother. Not just the child. There is only 40 million of you. There's almost 1 billion of us. So there is nothing that you can tell us. There is nothing that you can do that we haven't been through. Most of the things that we even let you do in Africa back in the days is because we let you. The people only give you that free hand in Maserati Island. That was given to you with peace and respect as our own people. But now we see, when we come to the West, we see how you people are, how you black people are in the West. We see now that this type of mentality will always be there. So nothing that we can do as African people to give you a hand you will ever accept. You will always have a mentality that you are better than us. And as much as you like to say you are different from the white man, you are just like your white brothers, because at the end of the day, you are an American. You are not different from him. As much as you like to say you hate the white tea, you are just like him. Your attitude towards Africa is just like him. That's why the last head of U.S. military that was destroying Africa was a black man, just like you. But you know what? History itself, you accuse us of selling you. History itself will show you something. And your motherland that you come from is not a weak place. We will make sure everything that you reap, you will sow. And I'll mute.
You mean like just the FBAs, right? Like you don't mean every black person.
Hold on, blessing. We had to get
my sister, you know the history of Liberia. You know what happened. That's the same type of mindset. You know, people like this are the same type of issue. Trust me, you may think that they are different. The FBA or the indigenous or all of them are the same type of mindset that they bring. That's why that guy people came and just
they chose
us like that.
They chose a specific type of mindset.
I think it's my turn.
They chose a specific type of mindset.
Hold on.
Let me clarify something.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on. Before we get in there, we always want to give the new people who come up, let them get a chance, and we have to get to know who is who. Just like how FEMA was up there, we didn't know who she was, and just like our original woman came up early on and find out that she's FBA. So I know who Taj is, but it's Taj turn, and then mind your own business. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I don't understand what the hell is the FBA. Like the fact that you guys are coming up with new names on TikTok to redefine yourself and then cry about being relabeled every so often, it's ridiculous to me. You're African American. Pick one name and stick to it so that your generations to come after you does not lose your history by renaming yourself over and over and over. If what you claim it's really true, the fact that you are Indian American, like it's ridiculous to me. You're relabeling yourself literally. And then you cry about being relabeled. And the fact that, like, when they say that they're not Africans, first and foremost, I think it's a certain type of group on this platform that probably get paid or probably works with the YT government to continuously destroy the black people and their histories. I think these are the people who are pushing this agenda because I've never heard it in real life. I was born, raised in America, been around black folks all my life, never once heard a black person say, I am not African in real life. So it's weird to me. And if it is a new thing, and they are actually saying it today in real life, which I can't wait to hear it for the first time, it's like, then what are you? Are you an alien? Like, what race do you belong to? Because all black folks around the world is one race, just like all Asians are, just like all white people are, and the black race come from Africa. Okay? I think another reason why you people are saying, oh, we're not Africans, is so pathetic because you complain about white men all the time, but you fall for his trap and you fall into his brainwash, and you are willingly brainwashing yourself. He doesn't even have to do it for you anymore. Pathetic. Right? Because the reason why you say you're not African is because of all the negative things he show you about Africa. You believe it. You never take the time to go to an African house and really get to make an African friend and get to know them. A lot of you don't have that, because if you did, you would not be like, I'm not African. Like, you don't take a trip to Africa to really see what Africa is like for yourself. You sit here and you watch TV and you see what the propaganda nonsense that they put out for you just to brainwash you and to create self-hate within you, and you fall for it. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous, and it's sad. It's pathetic. Like, the fact that our people is, like, still dividing ourselves, you guys should know better, actually. Compared to anybody else, Black Americans should know better than to divide itself from Africa and from other melanated people around the world. Knowing what has been done to you here in America by the white man. You should know better, but I guess the white man won, didn't he? He really did win.
What I don't understand is if you people believe that you're indigenous to the land, if you people believe that you're Native American, why don't you guys go talk to the Native American people? You guys avoid those people when they go on lives. You guys refuse to provide the information they ask you for, but you'll rather sit in lives all day and talk about the African people. If you believe that you're Indian, go talk to the Native American people.
Okay, yeah, so exactly that part. Please go do that. And like, why not complain? And then they have the nerve to say, we come over here and benefit off of your ancestors. What? You are living off of us. America is living off of Africa. Africa's blood. Africa's resources. Africa's tear and sweat. If it wasn't for Africa, this country would be broke, and Europe too.
Facts, sister. Well
yeah,
said,
so
well
stop
said.
it. We are benefiting off of what is ours, what is stolen from us, from my ancestors, from my mother and father, fucking ancestor, from my mother and father. That is what I'm benefiting off of here in America. So please have a sit down somewhere. You don't have nothing. And the fact that you're not African, every part of you is in Africa. Take a trip to Africa one day. You will find your attitude, your swag, your clothing, your dance, your food, your breath, everything about you, you will find it in Africa. Then you will be like, oh shit, yeah, they really did a number on me. Because a lot of you that go there actually end up saying that. Actually end up truly finding yourself for the first time in your entire life. You could be 50 years old. But you don't take a trip. You stay in your little neighborhood. You go in between your little rat alleys. You smoke, you drink. You brainwash as fuck. You're depressed. You're just depression make you think of a lot of things, right? Most people who are like, I'm not African. Just look at their lifestyle in real life. Just look at what type of life they live. It's not usually educated people. Look at the way they speak. It's not educated people. It's not mentally free people. Because if you were mentally free, you would know who you are. People can easily manipulate you when you are not mentally free, right? When you're like in poverty, right?
I am awake as fuck.
Good job, sorry, I didn't want to.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And you can't tell me nothing about that. You can't tell me that, oh, you African, what do you do? I know more than you. I'm blessed to know both worlds. I'm blessed to know both sides. You only have one view, one narrow view at that. So maybe you should open your mind a little and listen to people like us who are African, but born and raised in America. Maybe you should.
You know what's sad?
The audacity, hold on. And they have the audacity to be on here. You're not black. Then what the hell am I? Because everybody in America sees me as a black girl, a light-skinned black girl.
You know what's sad?
Somewhere and be proud to be African.
You know what's sad? A couple of years ago, they were all Wakanda. Half of them don't even know there's no fucking
right. That's why I say in real life they don't say this shit.
You all was just Wakanda forever. Wakanda. Only full up on all the thing. You know what the white people do? They put that.
They wearing dashikis. They're wearing dashikis and all of that to the fucking movie.
But Tajai said something.
Hold on, Panama. Not only that, some of them actually went to Africa looking for Wakanda. There's no Wakanda in Africa, okay? But anyway,
that's how stupid they can be.
Go ahead, Panama.
No, I was saying something for 1 second. I saying the way we were indoctrinated from birth with even the birth paper, you know, we are born man and born woman, so them even benefiting off of with birth paper and with death certificate. So I was saying you gotta see with a lot of African people as well, because the way of the European indoctrinate them with white man philosophy, these people start hate them oneself, because them a try be like European, because you know a lot of people perish with the lack of knowledge. But I agree with the sister just now. Everything was stolen from Africa. Bob Marley tell about the Buffalo Soldiers, man. Stolen.
Tell you what they show us in Africa, brother.
To America, man.
They show us this picture in Africa, right? I swear to God, there's no lie. Most people have this picture in their homes. The devil is this black guy with like horns. and Jesus is like this Scandinavian guy with long hair, and they are boxing, and the white guy beat up the black guy. It's all in the house, all in
Hold on, but before that, before that, if anybody older than Ulu or no, they used to show you the devil as a white man with a long nose and some ears.
Yeah, before that.
Anybody can remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
The devil keeps changing.
Yeah.
The devil keeps changing.
Guess what, my brother? The same oppressor gave us African people throughout the world who scattered this white image with Jesus, and Jesus came from Rome, the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD. That Caesar Borgia, that was Pope Alexander VI son, and Leonardo da Vinci paint him, and up to this day, the whole world, majority of people deceived by this white Christ and thing. Why you think a lot of African people still have to wake up to the truth, because them still in indoctrination? Like how people.
Brother, that name you mentioned there is another circle to put them on. The Da Vinci, right? He set them in another world, right? Set up a code. So when they find it now, they think they find something because they've been trying to break the Da Vinci code, right? But when they do find out now, it's going to be another story where leading them to another way. It just, and these people themselves realizing that all of these things that these people, when you get up and you see, so like how they come to Africa, and some of them see, like they might see Kebra down in Kenya, they might see the slum, they might see certain places in Nigeria, right? They don't know how these places end up looking like this. They don't know that the white people, while they was painting the picture here, they had to make the picture look good if we break free and decide to go to Africa. So they had to make sure they destabilize Africa. But here what they didn't know, no matter what you do to Africa and African brothers and sisters on its own, there will always be brothers and sisters there, and there will always be resources, because we are the only earthly fucking brothers and sisters on this planet.
And that's period. And another thing I noticed that Go ahead. Another thing I noticed is that they are not only dividing themselves from Africa, they have the audacity to try and divide Africa. Like, who are you to try to divide Africa?
They can't do that. They can't do that, Dad. You know they can't do that.
Of course they can. But they try with their words here on the social media, nowhere else would they dare try to do that.
That's a 10-line vision, man.
You're embarrassing all of melanated people around the world, matter of fact. I used to have so much respect. I still have a lot of respect, don't get me wrong. But now I'm starting to think, like, you know what? They have given in. I thought, like, black people are very resilient. They can't break them. Like, they hold on to their Africanism. If you look at black history in America, they know their Africa. They always marched for that. They always are proud African. They wear a map of Africa around their necks. All of their leaders that preaches for black Americans to unite or to be, to have rights. They all wear African maps. They know they're African. Hold on, y'all. I'm at work. Let me answer this phone.
Okay. Can I say this? This is the thing. When we talking,
the Lion King. Go ahead, Lion King. Bless the Lion King. Everybody let Lion King speak and
let's not put all the black Americans in one thing. Yeah, FBA.
No.
Tariq.
Hold on. Let me address this first. This live here, we are aware who we talking to. We have African Americans, right? Them is who we deal with. That don't mean we don't love our brothers and sisters who still lost. Okay, we love them. That's why some of them even here and they come up and some of them go on and whatever. The fact is that the people that deal with us, who will never say such thing like that to us, is African American, and we recognize that. If they want to call themselves African American,
speak your piece or address the prompt or the conversation.
I think Donald Trump against everybody. He's just a crazy president.
The fuck they want to go? So Lion King, please make some raw. Go ahead.
Mummies has become merchandise. Wrote physician authors physician Arthur Sir Thomas Brown in 1658. And Pharaoh is sold for balsam. How do you pronounce it, Chaz?
Balsam.
And what do we say that was, baby? I forget.
That's the mummy tar.
Okay, yeah, that's the black stuff that's left after. The stuff that you got that they want, that part. At a time when the going price in Scotland, now they letting you know they doing this all over the world, because now we all over in Scotland, was 8 shillings a pound. One canny trader exported 600 pounds in one shipment and made a killing. The word mummy comes from the Arabic mumia, meaning bitumen, which we had determined earlier is a black, tarry, gooey substance after you're either cremated and or mummified. Early Near Eastern peoples used bitumen to heal wounds. Sometimes the shiny black resin found in embalmed bodies and even the mummy itself were used as substitutes. If the real thing were unattainable, the cadavers of slaves or prisoners were treated with bitumen and sold instead, which basically means they'll get somebody that won one of us and basically they stepping on it pretty much. Stepping on the dough. In the 11th century, the Persian...
Yeah, stepping on the dough.
I mean, what else would you call it, bro?
Oh, that's exactly right. That's why I'm laughing, because she said it so eloquently.
See, it is what it is. Don't be mad at me.
Exactly.
It's a physician named Avicenna, Avicenna, prescribed mummy for almost every ill: paralysis, epilepsy, nausea, ulcers, concussions, and palpitations of the heart. As late as the 1800s, Arabs were still mixing mummy powder with those Berber Moors we was talking about. Mummy powder with butter as a remedy for bruises. Even today, genuine Egyptian mummy is rumored can be purchased in certain New York drugstores for $40 an ounce.
Botanicals.
You want to know where your missing kids at? Well, they won't be there.
Botanicals.
Spell that again for me. Can you spell it again for me?
Yes. Avicenna. Some sort of physician.
Obscene.
A Persian physician. Let me see. Okay. The curio dealers in Cairo, which is right before you get into Illinois, could supply allegedly supply the 17th century visitor with a complete mummy. Yeah, you heard it, a complete mummy. Mm-hmm. How the fuck do you just order? They saying this shit like you just pulling up at the McDonald's ordering mummies and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit, wow. Okay.
Hey, but if you really think about it, most states still allow cannibalism for a reason.
Yeah. They do, and I posted about it the other day, and a white man got in my comments and said, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "Would you want somebody to eat on your unalive body?" He was like, "I'd be unalive. I wouldn't care if it'll help the next one." He was like, "If you were starving, you wouldn't do that," because I know they was digging up our people, eating them. I've been hearing that, but now I'm seeing it.
Can I tell you what I have found so far on Abyssinia? Abyssinia? So, Ibn Sina, commonly known in the West as Isivina, was a prominent philosopher and physician of the Muslim world, flourishing during the Islamic Golden Age, serving in the courts of various Iranian rulers. He is often described as the father of early medicine.
This motherfucker was a mummy thief.
Well, we are genetic stabilizers.
Right, that part. Okay, so.
Wow, that's something.
Well, you got to think about a large portion of it come from like cloning. So if they're coming from cloning, their genetics are still unstable, and they also came from a background where their genetics are actually linked more with animal than human. It would make sense.
Now listen, was any one of y'all on any Alan Live when he was showing the difference between their skulls and our skull?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So remember we was talking about how that back of that skull didn't look quite right? Remember okay. Well, I found out why. Neanderthal DNA, their cerebellum don't develop right or at all. And that's why that makes your muscles weak. You can still function and live and everything, but you're not going. It's going to show up. This depends on the severity of how much of Neanderthal DNA that you have in your lineage. And you know what I'm saying? When it gets to you.
So that's why they look so old when they be young. They start aging physically more.
Why they dumb? This is why they evil. Because it makes you be a wild man. It makes you be beastie-like. Shit. That's why they eat raw flesh and crave blood. It all makes sense now. But y'all also crazy as fuck. And when I say crazy as fuck, I know y'all was incapable of doing the shit that y'all did to us without using our shit against us and some help and some more shit. Y'all had lead poisoning and all kind of stuff.
They sure did.
Tell me now.
They used everything.
Okay, here we go. For a variety of other objects. So they did money or they'll take an arm, a leg, or ear. As long as they got something, they was gonna trade it, basically, is what they saying. And they had also other objects such as amulets. Now the amulets is where they would have their organs placed, if I'm not mistaken. When they were mummified or whatever, they had their organs taken out and put in them things in some. So when they rose again, they would have their parts and they could take it out the jar, I guess, put it in. I don't know. Scrap and papyri. What the Egyptians couldn't find in the desert sands that made it themselves. In 1635, Archbishop Laud presented the Bodleian Library. It's spelled Bodleian. Library at Oxford University. One of the oldest known Egyptian faiths, a small mummiform statue, not in the least ancient. The art of faking, it seems, is as old as the tourist industry that could create a market for copies. By the 18th century, the trickle of visitors threatened to become torrent. Some travelers searched for the antiquities to take back to collectors or museums. Others were curious antiquarians who wandered from temple to temple, copying inscriptions, admiring reliefs. If we could transport ourselves back to the Egypt of 1737, we would see the Dahabia. We looked that word up then. With Dahabeah. We know it's a Jewish word.
We didn't look that one up.
Okay, we need to look that up because I know for sure that's Hebrew word. A laden-triggered sailing vessel moving slowly up the Nile, which we know is the Mississippi River.
Spell that out.
Dahabeah. Aboard would be the Anglican clergyman. That stuck out to me because once I realized that they was putting Anglo in front of everything because that's actually who we are, and that's why they told us we was 666, the mark of the beast. You see where I'm going with this? And if you look, it's so many white angels everywhere. But they call themselves putting on our wings, basically.
It's a shallow river barge.
Okay. Now, I seen some, and I'm going to show you where I think they got the concept of Noah from, too. When I seen these ships last night, I said, that's the first thing that came to my spirit. And now that I know that they was using Africa to, you know what I'm saying, because of endangered species from all over the world. Remember, that's a game reserve. So when they put them on them big ass things and take the animals over there, or am I slow?
Nah, you going right.
Is my cerebellum not formed back good? Okay. And also, your cerebellum is considered to be your second brain. Your third brain is in your stomach. Just want you to know that. We're thinking you ain't got but one brain.
The heart's a brain too.
Thank you. Your nervous system is another brain function. Because it's going to happen whether you do anything or not.
It's a centralized system.
Thank you. And it's going to do, as long as the body has circulation and air in it, it is going to do what it's going to do. Without you thinking about it, none of that.
You can't control it.
Thank you. Okay, so aboard this now, he had an Anglican clergyman. Could this have been Noah? I'm just saying. This is theory. Richard Pocock, or Pocock, whatever this nigga name is, he had already visited lower northern Egypt. What would lower northern Egypt be in relative in America? Because I'm thinking that would probably make that be St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. Ain't St. Louis north of Tennessee?
It sure is.
Oh, okay. And he was on his way to Aswan, Aswan, in upper southern Egypt. So where would be southern Egypt? What's below Mississippi? Ain't that Florida, ain't it? What is it? Alabama, Georgia, what is it?
Louisiana.
That's gonna be below.
Right below Mississippi.
No, I'm saying, okay, that's gonna be the north from Egypt. Now I need to know what would be south of Memphis.
Texas.
Okay, well then that's considered southern Egypt. Pocock adopted the name Yusuf and let his beard grow and wore a native costume.
I'm gonna pull it now.
Again, this is the first pretendian. They've been doing this shit for a very long time. And there's another story about the Boston Tea Party where they got on there and they rubbed, because we wore orchard on our skin, and for various reasons. And they put the orchard on their skin and put some feathers in their head and went and threw them people tea off of there, and they thought it was the Indians, and then they came and retaliated, and that's what started that war. And they just sat back and held their hands and watched. And watched both of these sets of people gone, so they can have their best interests met or whatever. Yeah. So that's been a tactic for a very long time, and I really, really in my gut, when they were saying that the gang, whatever was going on, gang shit.
Yeah, it sounds like the same thing they did up there in Chicago, putting on them
tapes. Yes, ma'am. Now that we know they got them masks and they can put it on and you can't tell. If you in a car and you got one of them masks on, all they got to do is go to a territory, pop one of them, and they gonna think the other one did it, and there you go.
Wear a skin suit. Yeah, that part.
Yeah. Okay, they've been doing this tactic for a long time.
You say this been going on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Over 3,000 years.
Right? All prudent precautions for a foreigner on the Nile. So foreigners been trying to get over here. Because y'all know this the Nile with y'all dirty asses. I provided everything as far as a long voyage, he wrote. Coffee, rice, tobacco, soap, red shoes of the Arabs, and several other things for presents, and took care to have sufficient arms for our defense. If you have a pair of red bottoms, I would suggest you don't wear them. Or don't buy none, no more, and none of that.
I don't fool with that kind of stuff.
Okay. I just want to put that out there in the atmosphere and the wavelength. Okay?
Thank you.
Ask yourself this: why do we preserve bodies today if we don't still do this? Listen, if I find out a motherfucker done dug my people up, the amount, I'm going to be like a living hurricane that just started immediately wherever I'm standing. I'm here to tell you. I can't tell you, but I just know it would just be not good.
Yeah, North.
Well, because here's the thing I'm asking myself, right? If I'm reading all of these things, like I'm showing you guys, and this man is who shaped modern science, and that's what he was doing.
That's what they still doing. That's what they still fucking doing.
To this day, but south of Mississippi is definitely Louisiana. New Iberia and south of Mississippi. Well, what you was talking about earlier, I just went to the map and looked.
New Iberia?
Yeah, that's Louisiana.
But Iberia is a country or somewhere else, ain't it?
Nah,
or they call it Liberia. They put an L in front of it?
Nah, that's Iberia. That's us. That's all us right there.
No, I know. I'm saying, didn't they name somewhere else something similar to that? Because I noticed they did that shit to make you think it was somewhere else.
You right. Liberia.
I got the map up there. The map is definitely. This is a good
most of the changes to the map have happened over the last 200 years to justify certain countries being the way that they were.
This is a good representation of what we're talking about.
But this guy's research, what he was trying to do, and how he stumbled across what we were just talking about, it has to do with the whole transfer of energy. So he's saying if energy doesn't disappear, well, if I eat you, I should get your energy, your melanin, your all of that.
Nah, you
have to say you are what you eat.
It has to be a gate. It's got to be a gateway.
Well, it was a genetic stabilizer. Again, a lot of them came from the orphan train clones, and they were cloned in a short amount of time. You needed a way to sit there and genetically stabilize these people. And we also sat there and remember that a lot of us, when we were younger, remember them mapping out the human genome. If they're talking about the human genome, who were they talking about at the time?
Us.
That would be us.
And now, if you notice in the last 30 years, the change in a certain group of their people, changing, we thinking it's because of the mixing of us with them. When in all honesty, they've been actually taking our genetics through Planned Parenthood and then through deletion to improve their genetics.
Not only that, when you go to the hospital and you give birth, you need to take your placenta with you.
And you need to get that. What you need to do is get you a doula.
Not getting they call that a housemaid or what they call her?
Midwife.
Yeah. There you go. But what we need to stop doing is disconnecting our children from the placenta too soon, because that's where all information is coming from in the galaxy.
They're supposed to, it separates itself from the woman after birth. You're supposed to make sure that the umbilical cord is still attached, and the child doesn't actually need the feeding right away as long as the umbilical cord is attached. The reason why they need the immediate feeding is because all their nutrients just got cut from them unnaturally.
That's a fact.
Read you guys something interesting while I'm looking at the foreword for this book. This book on why it's okay to eat other people.
Go ahead.
It says, there are properly the inheritance of all the people of the world. As an institution, or where is it? No, it starts with the Islamic civilization represents nearly 14 centuries of intense intellectual activity. So, and forward, as an institution of the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints, Bridgingham Young University is honored to assist in making these texts available to many for the first time.
What book is that? Can you type that in the chat so I can check that out?
That was interesting.
I think I put the link in there, but I'll put it in there again.
Okay.
because of these type of texts being pushed is also a reason why there was a vast influx of their people coming in, because this was a land that can cure them of their lameness, of their mental disorders, if they just eat the right thing.
But see, they didn't figure it out that if
for
they
genetic.
I'm sorry. No,
for genetic stabilization, like this is all really coming down to a crap ton of trying to restructure a whole country and coming up with the quickest methods to do so, and running everything on the fly. And because things about us being a good healing property from eating our dead, which are the mummies, and the healing properties they were supposed to have and how it's supposed to help everybody out, they figured this was a way to sit there and also stabilize certain projects that they wanted to take under to make sure they extend the livelihood of their people, even if it's not exactly them.
Do you think it was told to us in reverse of us being able to date or marry them? Because the more and more you find out, because for me, like living in today's time and knowing about that time and how everybody, like, they're saying they need to be saved.
Well, I put it like this: if we look at it from the perspective of everything was reversed, they were the slave of their own people, sold to us to be cheap labor, but we didn't want to use them, so they used them themselves to sit there and show how efficient it was. Every program we've had afterwards has pretty much been a program to showcase how they made the best clones. Even Universal Soldier, that movie, which seemed like it's meaningless, holds a lot of meaning in the truth of that. Remember the early 1940s, 50s, they started having the Prepared Act. Everybody had to get in shape. Everybody was pushed to be in their best possible shape possible for a chance to go and fight to represent their country.
Right.
That was them testing out their clones' battle position and how well they've learned from the people of this land and the tactics that they have already have taken in from their own people. We've been helping them stabilize. We had the laws to keep them from integrating with us because we didn't see a soul. If you think about it, we got them during the orphan train incident, and we were trying to help a lot of them out. We saw something was wrong with it regardless, and we were like, yeah, no. But I love them. No, something's wrong with that.
Put me in the big fucking box right now.
we don't need it to mix in. Huh? Wait, I wasn't trying to go big box. I was just talking.
No, he was trying to put Sister Feelgood in the big bag.
She the one who wanted, yeah.
I've never been here before. Wait a minute, it feels good.
I want y'all to feel comfortable. This is a place where we are safe.
Oh, it's not that. I was just talking while.
Don't want me to show, but I'll put it up on the screen.
Okay, hold up. This is I just need about 8 minutes of y'all time.
Hey,
gotcha.
You get most of the time because you can show.
Okay, I want you to know this has 3.3 million views. Okay, and this is all alleged. I want to make sure y'all can see this.
This is entertainment purposes only.
Wait, hold on. Let me start it off because I didn't have the sound. Hold on.
Thank you. You don't like it, get out.
Who mad?
Go find someplace else to be.
Okay.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couples to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who have their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. 5 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs.
75 times 400, what's that number?
Designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus.
Alright, let me put my phone up. Hold up.
A single building can incubate 1,000 live-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces.
3,000.
Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation.
Times 12 years is 36,000.
Intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features
AI intelligence.
and potential genetic abnormalities.
You can change any genetic abnormality.
Pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones. Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth. Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that truly reflects your smart choices. Ectolife improves your bonding experience with your baby. Thanks to a 360 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's growth pod, you can use your virtual reality headset to explore what it's like to be in your baby's place. See what they see and hear what they hear. Using a wireless haptic suit connected to your baby's growth pod, you will be able to sense their kicks in the womb and share this experience with your friends and family members. With Ectolife, your baby will receive the best nutrients that can support their growth. Each group of pods is connected to 2 central bioreactors. The first bioreactor contains nutrients and oxygen, which are supplied to your baby through an artificial umbilical cord. This bioreactor also contains a liquid solution that serves as the amniotic fluid that surrounds babies in the mother's uterus. It's rich of vital hormones, growth factors, and antibodies that sustain your baby's growth and development. Thanks to a system controlled by artificial intelligence, each baby receives custom nutrients tailored to their needs. The second bioreactor is designed to eliminate any waste products produced by the babies. The artificial umbilical cord helps the babies to release their
artificial umbilical cord. You heard?
With the help of a delicate layer of engineered enzymes, the second bioreactor can then recycle waste products and turn them back into useful nutrients.
So they gonna feed them they shit.
This way, the facility ensures a steady and sustainable
guess they gonna clean it. I don't know.
fresh nutrients to your baby. With Ectolife, miscarriage and low sperm count are a thing of the past. Prior to placing the fertilized embryo of your baby inside the growth pod, in vitro fertilization is used to create and select the most viable.
See, they can't do it without a piece of you.
Giving your baby a chance to develop without any.
Don't fall for this bullshit. I ain't got no kids, always wanted them. I wanted all boys, and I wouldn't dare think about no shit like this.
To genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into.
You hear me? They gonna engineer it before they put it in the womb.
Cas9 gene editing tool. You can edit.
Cas9 gene editing tool.
They've been working on this for a long time in our faces.
1800, 1700, 1600.
Yes. And they've improved it by adding our genetic information through taking the placenta.
These folks So you can pick the skin color, the eye color, the hair texture, length, the strength of the baby, the intelligence of the baby, all for like $100 more.
Just imagine how many famous people is running around with these kids.
That's why you gonna see a video and it's gonna have like Nicki Minaj and Queen Latifah and certain people and they look just alike. This the fuck got to be why.
Not only that, why would you want one of them babies when they can pump whatever they want in them babies' brains? They can hear.
They said AI intelligence, ma'am. You didn't hear that part?
Oh, girl, it's just too much. It's overloaded.
No, it's creating the new super soldiers in which they've been presenting to the world. People like Dwayne Johnson and all these other things that do these superhero movies. Highly liked and recognized. You can send a clone that looks just like them to another country, do something crazy, and they're like, no one's going to believe that person did it because that's a direct clone of this object. If you look at a lot of our past actors and actresses, they worked for the CIA at one point in time, the FBI at one point in time, and did things.
Okay.
Samuel Jackson played this part.
We almost through, but I didn't want y'all to miss that you can edit the genes too. So if your baby was gonna have, let's say, Down syndrome or whatever, you can edit that out.
I heard a lot of famous people already mention this kind of crap. I promise you.
And I think that's what was that church that they get in when they famous and can't get out of?
Mormon?
Scientology.
Scientology. There you go.
Which sat there talks about how you can take the spirit of a supreme being, alien, and it's placed in all of us, coming out of some weird volcano, and it's supposed to be able to spread the souls into bodies, and you have to sit there and pass some certain type of test to see how well you are spiritually linked and how well your magnetic abilities with the world as far as you interacting with the electrons of the world. Depending on how high your ratio is, you can be possessed. And that's what they really be talking about.
Yeah. Now this to me would be the mark of the motherfucking beast.
Sounds about right.
As per usual, I was doing a little bit of research and I dropped the name of an article down there that talks about how most of this was just kind of like folktale stories, and a couple scientists really loved the story and started testing it out. So that article is down in the comments.
Those are outside.
About all this type of bullshit. That's gonna be the first time. Why?
Those are outside scientists that start studying something that's already been being tested and done for almost 200 in some years at this point.
Thank you.
They're just outside sources who just came across information that was redacted from the government, released, and they was able to play around with it as though it was a sci-fi idea. When it wasn't a sci-fi idea, it was already a reality. Cell phones were already a reality beforehand. Bluetooth was already a reality beforehand, which is repeating our old society. Everything they destroyed, they had to reverse engineer it and create it in their own image, so it could be, we can get a lesser version of it and pay a lot of money for it.
And then be like, oh, look what they came up with. They're so smart.
And it's all our ideas. If you look at the blueprints of some of the drawings beforehand, it showed these people already had Bluetooth. It showed people was just drawing drawings of the town that they went and visit. And they didn't try to have technology everywhere for a reason. They needed a balance, and they understood that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's finish this up because I got a couple more things there. I'm gonna see how much time I got.
Diseases that are part of your family history, so that your baby and their offspring will live a healthy, comfortable life, free of genetic diseases.
So you beast forever, motherfucker? If they ain't gonna never get sick, they ain't gonna never unalive, and you done free genetically, whatever. Ain't that playing God?
Ectolife provides you a safe, free alternative that helps you deliver your baby without stress. The delivery process is smooth, convenient, and can be done with just a push of a button.
Let's go push the button and have our baby. Bitch, you stupid.
This is so gross. I promise.
The real Sims.
I wouldn't be able to be attached to that shit.
Designed so you and your partner can delivery process.
You're not supposed to, and it's not. It's just you babysitting a new breed to take over in your place. That's all. That carries some of your genetic coding.
Know that your baby is genetically yours.
Oh, this stuff is gross.
Actolife uses highly efficient, clean, renewable energy consisting of solar and wind power. The highly advanced pods operate with minimal energy needs, making it easy for your baby to make it to full term without any complications.
And in this, they gonna show you one little brown baby. It's like, you know, we're not doing that shit for real. They know we're not gonna do this shit.
Actolife is made accessible, so your life can be easier. Thanks to
This isn't for us.
But as soon as you see something, they see you say something wrong with your reproductive, your uterus, they go, I want to get you hysterectomy.
Without the need to visit our factory.
So they can properly use the material.
So most of the time when they got, I guess, the parts to practice these kinds of surgeries with, they were doing them with women who were in ICE confinement, who didn't have any rights to their bodies, so they were very easily obtainable.
Yep, it's stories about these women out here anyway.
That's the reason why we've been saying for the longest time in our community to avoid FEMA camps. A lot of people go missing in those times, especially our children and our young ladies, and they'll never be seen again, and nobody understands why. This is one of the reasons why getting facilities like this off the ground in this country. That's why they have a lot of areas marked off that you can't go to.
The sickening part is that we created this technology with good intention for good reason, and it's been weaponized against us. So, we're touching on... Yeah, go ahead.
It was never created like you thought it was for good intention. The cloning and all this has been going on for 200 and some years at this point. And if you put it into that perspective, this is something that was never created with good intentions. It was slightly malicious when they realized they couldn't do it the way they want to because they're creating empty vessels. That was the whole point of the Cabbage Patch Kids and the Garbage Pail Kids. The good one, the good batch, and the bad batch. Because, in all honesty, they were just trying to perfect something that's almost impossible to affect. That's why, again, like I mentioned earlier, the Universal Soldier, when they sat there and started talking about things like that, that's because they were testing it out in front of us just with a slightly lower grade technology. They were reverse engineering a lot of our tech to help improve their tech for what they were trying to do.
Exactly. So when I say good intention, not that the white man had good intention, we were given these skill sets. We were encouraged to do these projects and these experiments thinking that we were helping people, and we were gaslit.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. It wasn't even have anything to do with us as a people. It has more so to do with who was paying in and the small group of people that was doing that. We was just the genetic material collected because it was superior genetic material. Outside of that, there wasn't much else. We've been doing a war that's been lasting, and we're just at the end of it and remembering we're in the middle of one. That's all.
Okay, I'm back. My bad. Sorry.
No props.
You know, people be wanting me. People be wanting me. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this up so I can, and I'm going to put y'all on, and then I'm going to probably do some stuff I need to do in my house, because, yeah, we're going to go there. Y'all going to sit here? I'll take you there.
The concept of Actolife facility was designed by biotechnologist and science communicator Hashim Al-Ghairi.
I think he is the offspring of one of them clones, because I've been trying to, all they'll tell you is a little thing that he's from India. That's all I can really tell you.
From Sponsor Adoption Agency, unable to find a suitable surrogate mother, worried about pregnancy complications? Worry no more, because Actolife got you covered. Actolife, reinventing evolution.
I just want to say this. They did it in such a nice way of acting like pregnancy is so horrible when it's
It's the most beautiful thing ever.
I'm trying to tell you, it's so hard to explain pregnancy and childbirth. And I had my kids naturally.
It's a way to sit there and terminate the right to their parents without actually having to go through the middleman, because it's not, you won't be fully connected to that child, the other one won't be fully connected to that child, and they will have the patent on your child because you helped them create a new genetic patent.
Look, this is
What's up,
7 years
dude?
ago, they grew this lamb in the bag.
And check this out. Every child that has been adopted.
For 4 weeks, they grew this for 4 weeks in a bag. Look.
Yeah, and they showed that years ago. I've seen this.
Reboot, yeah. Robots or reboot?
Wait. Yeah, hold on. They said it's filled with natural amniotic fluid. Where in the fuck are they getting amniotic fluid from that's natural?
It's synthetic. It's crazy.
It's part synthetic, part natural, and it's actually coming directly from what we already have from our bodies. When the placenta is taken, there's a lot of other stuff that's taken with it, and it still creates other fluids with itself if it's put inside of something quickly. This is part of the disposal part in most hospitals, that when the placenta leaves, it goes to a special section in the hospital. Most staff aren't allowed in there. Most nurses aren't allowed in there. It's just a team of really just doctors. A lot of people don't even realize that. And they mark the genetic markings that come from that particular one, is given a code and barcode number, and then they run tests with what they can do from it, separating blood from plasma, amongst other things.
They call it the bio bag. Hopefully it'll save underdeveloped babies in the future.
It's to save their genetic offspring who have all the disorders whenever you start looking them up.
And this is why they trying to bring bestiality back and make it legal. Want to know why? Because they got some of them damn DNA. That's why they want to sleep with us.
Not just that, but it's also because they want to reintroduce it back into the pile of genetics that they had beforehand to collect certain traits, which is also why they practice it, because they were beast, not much different.
Now, this is not nothing that you need to watch, but you need to more listen to this when I was saying, because this is going to be a report of the disaster.
Hola, papi. ¿Cómo tú estás, mira?
National Park, July 4th.
¿Cómo te sientes?
This is fake.
Qué bien.
It's not real. It's cartoons. It's make believe, okay?
Te amo.
I'm going to tell you this is fiction. You understand me? So they said this, not me.
National
Park, 2007 disaster report.
What you doing? You just laying in bed, bro?
If a massive, immobile, paranormal.
I done invited you to 50 lives. You ain't showing up, bro.
Perhaps the government or some other shadowy organization would come in and try and cover it up somehow. Perhaps the existence of it would lead to widespread panic about the nature of normalcy and our reality. Or perhaps some intrepid entrepreneurs would turn the entity into an attraction. This is the case of the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, a fictional theme park based around the titular Flesh Pit, also known as
I done invited you to 50 lives, bro. You don't show up. What's up?
Located in western Texas. The concept is the world-building brainchild of Trevor Robbins, and it has been expanded out greatly in many ways by many people since its original conception. It's certainly possible for me to make several videos summarizing various aspects of the park and its organism. In this one, I'll just be reading a disaster report that was written in the wake of the most notable accident to have occurred in the park. It should provide a fascinating, albeit tried and written, look at the organism, the park, and what exactly occurred in 2007.
A 110 tenían la fiebre.
Biological resources and public safety.
2007 Permian Basin superorganism disaster. Final incident investigation report.
¿Y qué te estás comiendo?
Prepared in cooperation with the U.S. Department of the Interior, National Park
Comer mucha
Service,
fruta,
and the
fruta,
U.S.
fruta, fruta,
Geological
fruta.
Survey. The U.S. Commission on Geobiological Resources
From the
and Public
island,
Safety,
my nigga, you got to eat a lot of fruit.
is an independent federal agency whose mission is to ensure the safety of workers,
La se la estoy poniendo. Stop being so insistent, bro.
investigating and preventing
What's wrong with
accidents
you?
relating to the Permian Basin superorganism. The CGR is a scientific investigative
Gotta
organization
do things like Speedy Gonzalez, bro. Relax. It's coming.
established by the Special Resources Development Act of 1980. The CGR is responsible for determining the root
Ah,
and
sí, es
contributing
jefe.
causes of accidents, issuing safety recommendations, studying geobiological safety issues, and evaluating the effectiveness of other government agencies and
Sí,
private
yo estaba hablando
enterprises
con él, me
involved
dijo.
with the Permian Basin superorganism. No part, conclusions, findings, or recommendations of the CGR relating to any accident may be admitted as evidence or used in any action or suit.
¿Y qué tú te estás tomando? ¿No te tomas té? Té de orégano, es un antibacterial, jengibre, un ajo y rosemary.
Summary reports, safety bulletins, safety recommendations, case studies, incident digests, special technical publications, and statistical reviews. Any use of trade, firm, or product names is for descriptive purposes only.
¿Y que lo que está vivo José todavía?
Enforcement by the U.S. government. U.S. Commission on Geobiological Resources and Public Safety, Office of Congressional Public and Board Affairs, 2175 Main Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20037 1848. 1.0.0 Executive Summary. At 9:41 p.m. CST on July 4th, 2007, the Permian Basin Superorganism Natural Preserve, known colloquially as the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, experienced a catastrophic disaster which resulted in over 750 fatalities and over 1,800 major injuries. In the weeks following the incident, approximately 18,000 individuals from surrounding communities sought medical and psychological
what?
treatment for illness, including breathing problems, chest pains, shortness of breath, nausea, birth defects, hallucinations, depression, anxiety, internal bleeding, sore throat, and headache as a direct result of contact with
Y el número era 829-440-3470.
Investigators have concluded that this disaster was chiefly characterized by a premature geobiological consumption event caused by the catastrophic failure of critical park infrastructure to constrain and limit the gastric, motor, and neurological action of the Permian Basin superorganism. Investigators have concluded that the failure of these critical safety measures are the direct result of negligent practices by the primary site operations contractor, Anodyne Deep Earth Mining, a subsidiary of Anodyne Incorporated. The U.S. Commission on Geobiological Resources and Public Safety
Your body trying to
released its
activate.
first report on the Permian Basin superorganism disaster in August 2007.
You gotta take a blood test, bro. We doing the genealogy. Get on the bandwagon, bro. Everybody doing it. What? 829-440-3470, sí. Me da un error. Dice, algo salió mal, por favor, inténtelo más tarde. Well, I tried it several times, it just keeps giving me the same error. Bro, ¿tú crees que yo no hice eso ya? I'm dancing like crazy. You gotta get on the bandwagon, bro. What's up, bro? What do you mean, Carl?
It's fucking dying because they couldn't fucking buy fucking weapons to fucking get us sick. And you want me to fucking inject myself so they can have my blood?
Inject yourself? Who's talking about injecting yourself? I said do your genealogy, DNA. That's a cotton swab in the inside of your mouth.
and then you send it back. That's it, bro. Don't be trying to add extra shit to that, bro.
I don't care. I don't want to.
Everybody's doing it, bro. You're gonna find out your family. There's gonna be people that are gonna help you. Come on, bro.
No, thank you. Who's everybody doing?
Everybody that I know.
You follow it.
I'm not a follower.
Whatever everybody. Yeah, because you say everybody's taking a DNA test. Let's all do it. Oh my God, let's do it because everybody's taking it.
Nah, it's not like that. All of the Native Americans are taking it. The real Native Americans. Exactly. So if you do it, you're gonna see your real family.
That's okay. If you're gonna do it, I can see it anyway.
That's
the organism was discovered by a pilot well drilling crew in 1973. Later efforts were made to expose more of the organism through drilling and surface mining explosives.
You look just like me,
the
twin.
organism is chiefly characterized by its immense size, which is still
You're
a
not dying,
matter
twin.
of
You're good.
biological debate. Surveys suggest
You're
that
good,
the
twin.
organism may span many hundreds of miles beneath the Permian Basin horizontally, with scientists
Bro, you're not
speculating that
dying,
the
bro. You
organism
can't
may
die.
extend vertically into the upper mantle of the Earth's
No, you
interior.
can't.
The complete anatomical layout and internal organization of the organism is unknown. Tissue samples suggest that the organism contains gastrointestinal, vascular, respiratory, musculoskeletal, nervous, limbic, and integumentary systems with remarkable similarity to mammal life, while also containing a variety
Nah,
of
bro.
systems
I'm
which
just
have
gonna
no
be a
direct
regular
analog
ass
and are not fully
Mesoamerican like
understood.
I've always been.
The
You talking
phenotype of
about
the
these
organism is poorly
hunting
understood
people?
and believed to occur on a complex and
Nah,
long-term
bro. I'm gonna be a
schedule of dormancy
Mesoamerican
and
and
feeding
I'm
activity.
gonna help my
It
people.
has been hypothesized that the superorganism derives caloric energy
Bro, nobody's
from
talking about that
subterranean
core 3 shit that you
hydrocarbon
sent me, bro.
deposits.
Nobody's
Though the
talking about
organism
it.
has been observed to digest and absorb
Nobody.
organic matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
The
fucking
depth
up.
at which the organism
fucking
extends into the surrounding rock strata indicates that the organism is
I
several
know
hundred
nobody's
years
talking
old.
about it. I mean,
It is
nobody.
unknown what the natural lifespan of the species is, or if the Permian Basin
They're gonna
superorganism
take
represents a
all the
mature
gold. That's
or
crazy. Gonna
developing
be left
example of the
poor.
species.
They said that if they keep
3.0.0
going, it's gonna crack open.
Incident timeline.
What?
Start of relevant timeline.
That if they keep going,
10:29 a.m.
because
July
they're
4th.
digging, then the
Unseasonably high rains forced park administrators to cancel a July 4th concert and fireworks display scheduled to take place on the surface park grounds.
We gotta
Many
go kill
visitors
them
who had already
niggas.
purchased tickets to the event become upset, and the decision is made to extend
Yeah,
the
you gotta
park
go
hours
scalp them
until midnight
niggas
for
and
those with
send their
purchased event
and
scalps.
they're over here worried about being
8 p.m. July 4th.
I'm not Haitian,
Normal closing
nigga.
time for the national park. A typical
Ara,
shift time
ara,
to reduce night staff in the
arawaku.
control room takes place.
I'm still
9:16
learning the
p.m. July
language
4th.
too. That's crazy.
Harvesting crews working in the western extremities
What?
of the organism set a new extraction record to
Arawaku.
meet a quota for bonuses
It
in
means the
time for the
Panther
holiday
people.
weekend. 9:30
People
p.m.
of the
July
sun.
4th. Control room operators initiate a routine system self-test and discover a relay fault error resulting from increased electrical demand from mining equipment and tourist infrastructure. A control room operator logs the fault and notifies
I'm
the
literally
non-duty
learning, bro.
engineer.
Look at this.
Surrogate.
9:41
Listen.
p.m. July 4th.
Listen.
Become a surrogate.
Water drainage from surface rain into the entry orifice begins to collect in the sand gullet.
What?
Pumps are automatically activated by a sensor system, but fail to initialize due to the relay fault. An emergency backup pump running on a
Bro,
separate
have
emergency
you heard
circuit
of the
is
House
automatically
Bill
activated.
1484?
9:42 p.m. July 4th. A critical
So
alarm in the
basically, they're
control room
imprisoning
alerts
those people for
operators
life.
that the
Why would I
emergency
want to
water
do that
pump
to
is
anybody?
seized and is inoperative.
After these sick ass people, after these sick ass people having it. No, we're not going back in time to nothing, bro.
Technicians arrive at the primary pump station
We're-
and discover the sand
we're
well
not.
almost completely submerged.
They're gonna be working for the
Water
fucking
begins
government.
And what about us that are still out here? We still out here, bro. What are you talking about?
Nigga, they're gonna keep changing
Control room
shit
operators
slowly.
divert power to hydraulic.
They're not gonna bring slavery back. I'm not going into slavery. I'd rather kill everybody before I go back into slavery. Nah, I ain't no sleeping. You got me fucked up, bro.
Reset the park's electrical grid.
You
offline for
sleeping.
45 seconds.
Got me fucked up,
The
bro.
automatic PA system does not notify guests, as the system is scheduled to automatically shut down at the
You
normal
going
8
back to
p.m.
slavery,
closing time.
nigga. You in the U.S., you in the motherland, bro. You on the mainland. I ain't on no mainland, nigga. All I gotta do is kill some niggas that are here, bro. I ain't gotta do nothing else.
A choking action from the organism begins
I ain't got
31
no
seconds
issues,
into
bro.
the electrical reset.
They had no problem killing my people, murdering my people, eating my people, raping my people.
Irreparable damage to several sections of internal infrastructure. 9:53
You're
p.m.
good,
July
bro.
4th.
Relax, bro.
As the electrical system
You're
finishes
gonna be good by tomorrow morning. I promise you that.
actuators
You
supporting the
good.
lower visitor center overcorrect for stability.
You're
Not
good,
accounting
twin.
for the shift in the
Relax,
wall lining
twin.
of the nexial cavity in which the visitor center facility is anchored. 2 of the 6 structural
Lou's in
supports are
the other
torn
room.
from their foundations, which causes the facility to list 20 degrees off vertical. The base joint of the vertical entry gantry is bent beyond its
Sophie
design
is
limitation.
always sleeping.
9:54 p.m. July 4th. The master alarm is
Yeah.
tripped automatically. Surface facilities are notified as response teams are given the order to mobilize. 9:56 p.m. July 4th.
Ay, Dios
Park
mío.
rangers are dispatched to rescue groups of visitors partially collapsed tunnels and trails. 10:03 p.m. July 4th. Continued movement of the organism, combined with rainwater, causes one of the upper entry gantry supports to slip. An outbound elevator conducts an emergency stop, stranding over 2 dozen visitors. 10:05 p.m.
Oh, it's
July
okay.
4th.
It's okay. I know where we can send them.
As far
I know
away
we can
as
send them.
the
Right back to the
Metro
Caucasus Mountains.
10:06 p.m. July 4th. School equipment, stable surface facilities in and around the organism.
Nah, they're not deporting our people. They're deporting the people that were pretending to be our people, right?
10:12 p.m. July 4th. A master failsafe is activated by the automated park
Nah,
management system.
bro.
20,000
Bro, I've been up for 4 days straight, bro.
superorganism via distributed network of relay stations located throughout its known internal
What is he talking about, bro?
10:12 p.m. July 4th.
I've been
Shores
researching
convulsions
everything, bro. What are you
intensifies the
talking about?
entry gantry connection to the lower visitor center detaches completely. The lower visitor center
Nah, I
begins
don't think
to
we know
collapse
other people,
downward into
bro.
the
I
nexial
think we
cavity.
the Arawaku,
10:12 p.m. July
the
4th.
Arawakan in English,
Peristaltic muscle
the
action of the
people
nexial
of the
cavity
sun,
begins to exert
the
substantial pressure on the
the
upper
ones that
structure of the
control the
lower
greater
visitor center
and
facility.
lesser Antonines. This is all of our
10:15 p.m.
land.
July 4th.
This is all of our
The
people,
prime
and we are
labial
coming
junction
together.
just
That's
west
what
of
I
the
think.
septum
I don't know
wall
what you talking about.
geobiological feature flexes into an open position, releasing a
How you
torrent
gonna
of
say they gonna
lactogastric
enslave us
chyme
again,
into the
bro?
dorsal trunk.
You working for the op,
It
bro?
is
You trying to
believed that
scare
this was a
people?
reaction to the
You bringing
Constantine
scare
injection.
tactics, bro? You working for the white team,
10:16
man?
p.m. July 4th. Peristaltic spasms force the caustic chyma slurry through the nexial cavity and up through the lower and upper moisture crops toward the surface
Bring them
organ.
back. To do what? To put them in prison. To do what? To
10:16
fucking
p.m.
what?
July
Shut the
4th.
fuck up. You don't know what the
Many
fuck you're
guests
talking about.
attempting to flee the stalled elevator near the entry
But
orifice
who's getting
attempt climbing
deported
out
though?
to the upper moisture crop,
Who?
but are ultimately
Luis, are
unsuccessful
you
due to
stupid?
torrential rain
Nah.
causing the
Where?
surfaces
They
to
going back to
freeze.
China, or they going back to
Many
like
end up
Mexico
falling
and stuff
back
like that?
into the mall.
Luis, I'm not talking about
10:17 p.m. July 4th. The chyma slurry erupts from the
I'm
surface
asking you a
orifice
question, bro. I
inside
don't know what's
so
going
far
on.
from
It's complete shadow ban,
pieces of
bro.
undigested
Everything
organic
is
matter
dark, bro.
crush
We don't
several
even know what's
vehicles
going
and
on in the
damage
States, bro.
windows.
What are you talking about?
They're deporting
10:19
every
p.m. July
Latino.
4th.
What are you talking about? Anyone
Following the
without
several minute
papers.
long ejecta event,
Okay,
a deep
anyone
and
without
visible
papers,
loud
exactly.
roar erupts from the entry orifice as
What?
ground tremors
Back to
intensify
their
further.
home country.
What?
Large extremities
What?
begin surfacing through
Okay.
bedrock and soil approximately 30 kilometers
The
to
vocab
120
they
kilometers
say
from the entry orifice.
we don't want that.
They can't say that.
10:25 p.m.
They
July
can't say
4th.
that.
Yes, they are.
The acrid
How?
smell of the gas
If they are indigenous, if they are indigenous to the land, they cannot be denied sovereignty, bro. You got, I don't know where your head is at, bro. If they are indigenous to the land, they cannot be denied their sovereignty.
10:27 p.m. July 4th.
What are you thinking?
Peristaltic action
I'm talking
from
law, bro. I'm talking real law.
the other two vehicles back
Obviously
into
not
the
the like
nexial
it's happening
cavity.
right now.
Yeah, real law.
These vehicles are
Alright,
presumed
bro.
destroyed.
Yeah, La La Land.
Yeah, I'm in La La
10:58 p.m.
Land,
July
bro.
4th. The Pentagon has given authorization to the White House to use nuclear force if necessary.
Why would you be mad about going back to the capital of Mesoamerica? Just go back home, bro. What's wrong with you?
Ambulatory means movement.
The on-site operations director within the lower visitor center control room initiates a final fail-safe measure.
All right, so the Mexicans need the people that are there need to kill off whoever's there and then take the country back. I'm not in La La Land, bro, but you just out here promoting scare tactics, bro. Bro, I've been listening to real people.
No, you're not. You're listening to brainwashing people who want to convince people like you to think that we're one raza that came from Africa. Like,
no, I'm not. I'm listening to real Native American people. What are you talking about? They had never said that we are African. What is wrong with you? So you just assuming things.
Response team encounters a visitor group which had attempted escape from stalled elevator. Most are dead. The remainder are mortally wounded and partially digested due to caustic gastric ejecta. 11:42 p.m. July 4th. Radio contact established with Ranger vehicle trapped within Oyster's shade.
You want to leave too?
Closure, no feasible rescue strategy can be
Why you want to leave?
for complete mastication.
That's the motherland.
what the fuck do I want to do in this shit?
11:56 p.m. July 4th. Response team confirms that contingency measure and associated facility are still intact and operational. 11:58 p.m. July 4th. Texas Governor Rick Perry formally declares a state of emergency for Gumption County.
Ain't nobody last
12:22 a.m. July 5th.
See?
Response teams route data power umbilical to new base camp in contingency
We already
measure
know
facility.
there's going to be mass
12:35 a.m.
deportation.
July 5th. 3 interpit life forms are identified as having been ejected onto the surface. 15 visitors are injured and 7 are hunted by interpit life forms during panicked evacuation of surface resort. 12:41 a.m. July 5th. Staff managed to kill the 3 large life forms. 1:02 a.m. July 5th. National Guard helicopters begin delivering supplies and personnel to aid in site containment. 1:58 a.m. July 5th. Field hospital is constructed to care for wounded visitors and staff. 2:37 a.m. July 5th. Initial damage surveys report catastrophic destruction of internal park infrastructure. Pit technology has dramatically changed in hazard level. 3 a.m. July 5th.
Yo, the stock market is crashing, bro.
Executive leadership. National Parks Director and Secretary of
No, literally, the stock market is crashing, bro. Everything is literally red.
July 5th.
What?
Executive decision is made to initiate FEMA response and assemble a task force for containing superorganisms.
Everything is red, bro. Everything is like crashing, like mad crashing, bro.
Media helicopters and vehicles begin to report on the scope of disaster. 4:39 a.m. July 5th. Base camp technicians begin to spin down contingency measure. Large fractures due to inertial stress have appeared on mineral components. Engineers advise against reinitializing contingency measure, so mineral components can be replaced or repaired. 6:08 a.m. July 5th. Ground personnel begin assembling a pump system to inject industrial sedatives into the superorganism. Transport trucks containing industrial sedative arrive. 9:45 a.m. July 5th. Emergency teleconference of anodyne shareholders. 11:20 a.m. July 5th. Several injured visitors inexplicably leave field hospital and begin walking towards open pit orifice.
Oh, I am
Only 38 individuals are able to crawl back into the orifice.
listening to a documentary about
3:51 p.m. July 5th. Radio transmission.
I'm listening to a documentary about what's this like artificial pods where they're gonna be growing kids and shit.
And the relevant timeline.
Oh God, when
4.0.0 Final investigation report.
Alright.
The following final investigation report addresses additional investigation findings not covered in the previous report.
You're gonna see I'm not crazy, but we'll see you later, bro. Bye bye.
Emergency response and safety culture, industry disaster response standards, structural integrity standards, and effective performance of MYSTIC contingency measures. 4.1.0 Technical findings. This report highlights the following technical findings. An in-depth discussion appears in the interim report. 4.1.1 The electrical distribution scheme for the interior operations of the Permian Basin superorganism Nature Preserve was modeled on a typical supply load grid layout often found in mines, with power provided by a gas-fired plant located within the surface support compound. Unlike typical mining power distribution networks, the power load was split with the facilities involved in the tourism and natural preservation operations within the organism. This split demand yielded a load fluctuating from 33 kilovolts to 60 kilovolts, depending on a range of factors from resource extraction output, visitor throughput, hydrostatic and barometric fluctuations within the organism, and the ambient blood pressure of the organism. This unorthodox load distribution scheme required careful demand oversight and was subject to failure if operated outside of design load specifications. Such a failure occurred on July 4th.